So we have pulled into Esperance, made our way across from Norseman, or down from Norseman. We've got a couple of nights here, but we're staring down the barrel of some pretty nasty weather apparently, so we're sort of tossing up whether we spend a couple of nights here, head west towards Albany some of the way, and then stay somewhere. But now looks like there's going to be some pretty hectic wind happening, so we're thinking we may have to find alternate accommodation. The camper may not hold up to 125k an hour plus winds, so we're we're just kind of watching and waiting, so we'll see what happens. Watch this space, I guess. You'd never know there was some crazy weather coming looking at this, but yeah, apparently a once in 5 year storm event. We finished up our time in Esperance visiting the Stonehenge replica. It's a 1-to-1 scale of what Stonehenge would have been like. It was pretty cool. You and me dancing on the Gideon time. We made the decision to drive to Bremer Bay to try and wait out the storm. It's a bit windy. And while the weather didn't get quite as bad as they predicted, it was still the right choice to go to Bremer Bay. We got to see some pretty high tides there, and we got to legitimately take shelter from the storm in the pub and the brewery. After waiting out the worst of the weather, we made our way to Albany. Oh, running down numbers that used to be dreams. Walking the world. We checked out the Gap and the Natural Bridge. And I had a look at the historic whaling station. This thing is huge. So after a couple of days in Albany, we're now in Cowremup. Kaylee has treated me to my Christmas present from 2000 and who knows, 23, something like that. So we're staying at some safari tents, some glamping tents at a local olive grove. Yeah, that make olive oil, which is pretty cool. And yeah, Cowremup's cool because plenty of cows. Oh, not that one. Oh, the chicken. Yeah. After spending so much time in the camper, it was a great luxury to stay in the safari tent, and honestly I think it's the flashiest tent I've ever seen or stayed in. It was really good spending a couple of days just kicking back and unwinding there, and then we went about seeing some of Margaret River as well. So we did just have a bit of an interesting trip to Nannup. We thought we had 20 k's in reserve to get here, but we're on 0 k's when we pulled into the server. Actually 0 k's when we pulled into town. So note to self, don't trust the bloody fuel consumption readout. We are wandering through Nannup. We're just stopped in here for lunch on the way to Bridgetown, where we're going to meet some people who were potentially house sitting their house and looking after their dogs for a couple of days. So we'll go and meet them and see how that works out. So we could be staying in Bridgetown for a couple of days. After meeting with the homeowners, we spent the night in Bridgetown and we'll be back to look after their pups later on. It was then off to Augusta and Cape Lewin for the day. Then it was northward to Busselton, where we spent the next week. We're in Busselton at the moment and we have made our way to the end of the Busselton jetty. It's pretty cool because it's the longest jetty in the southern hemisphere.
And the world.
Second longest in the world. It's the second longest in the world, but the longest in the southern hemisphere. At 1.84, I think, 1.84 kilometres long, which is pretty cool. But the water is very shallow, so it's only 9 metres deep out here. So, yeah, we've just been underwater and checked out the fish down there.